Anthem, arguably one of the most anticipated titles of 2019. Its unique playstyle in comparison to other looter shooters such as Destiny or Warframe make it an interesting talking point when referring to possible advancements in the industry. Last weekend the VIP demo took place, with the open demo starting tomorrow. I was able to get a decent amount of playtime in during the VIP demo, and I'm here to share my thoughts on the game so far with you. The bugs like loading screens, server connection, etc. should be taken with a grain of salt because it is after all a demo. There will be problems even if I was able to drive 15 minutes away to pick up a package, come back and still be attempting a connection. Also, shout out to that one exec producer of the game on Twitter who was a good sport and put up with my complaining. Anthem is awful part 1, 2, and 3. I love you, Critical, but it really isn't that serious. Day 1 server issues on a demo of a game shouldn't be much to worry about unless the response seems lackluster, which it didn't. Devs were quick to respond on Twitter and other social media sites, letting players know just how serious they were taking the issues, even letting us know that an extra skin pattern would be included with the full launch of the game, in addition to the already promised VIP demo skin. Either way, I'm here to break down all my thoughts on BioWare's upcoming title Anthem, releasing on February 22nd or February 15th for Origin premiere. Now, I've broken this quick review down into 7 parts: UI, javelins, story, flying in particular, customization, the hub, and miscellaneous points. Let's start with the UI. I love BioWare's initiative in attempting to be different, but this interface could definitely use some work. I see Reddit posts on it all the time, so I'm sure we can come to some kind of conclusion. One of the main complaints I find myself and others having is the unnecessary complexity of the item and customization menus. As of now, there's a very large amount of empty space not being used, which is fine, but the slanted menu creates a very awkward flow when determining what you want to equip, specifically because of the crawling text. Because it's stacked so, the text moves very slowly, making it very frustrating to read item statistics. Not only this, but item organization can only fit so much onto the screen at once, making it, as I said, unnecessarily complicated. A standard vertical menu would work much better in the flow of the game, allowing for more items on the screen at once and easier to read statistics. The current map is okay. I've been seeing many talk about how a standard minimap would be better in terms of quickly understanding where missions are and what they pertain to. Once again, I applaud BioWare's attempt to be unique with this UI, but it could definitely use some quality of life changes. On to combat. Over the course of the VIP demo, I was able to get my hands on 3 out of the 4 javelins. These are basically the suits you, the freelancer, are able to use, and they all come with very different characteristics and abilities. I'm not going to go too in-depth on all of them, but here's a quick summary. Ranger is your standard all-around soldier. He's pretty quick, has your usual grenades and whatnot, and it's just really a good javelin to get you into the feel of the game. He even kind of has McCree's ult. It's high noon. Thick Boy Colossus is just how he looks. It's there to tank damage and occasionally put out a large amount as well, but with a definite hit to the movement speed stat. Colossus's ultimate whips out a giant grenade launcher that basically obliterates anything in sight. Storm is an elemental soldier. His unorthodox use of lightning, fire, and ice is what really separates his qualities from Ranger, besides his cool cape and ability to hover. And then Storm's ultimate basically brings his 3 elements together for an attack. Interceptor is the 4th and final javelin currently in the game. This javelin is by far the quickest. It relies on getting close to the enemy and quickly disengaging. Interceptor's ultimate whips out 2 blades and basically just goes ham. Here's a clip from my stream the other day in a boss fight. Trailer Fuzz is just underneath swinging swords. Let me know down in the comments if you guys would be interested in me posting the full gameplay of that boss fight. Onto the story, at least so far. I don't have much to say about this since it's just a demo. There isn't much to know as of now, but that doesn't mean I'm not already interested in the characters and their development. Without spoiling anything, I would like to say that Matthias, he already seems like an interesting character with how they're incorporating the story into his personality. Even if the cutscenes don't look amazing per se, and the characters can have the typical blank stare on their face, I think the voice acting and plot development can flesh out the characters much more than we see right now. Besides that, I'm definitely interested to see where this narrative is taken. Alright, let's talk about flying. God, do I love landing and taking off. It's so extremely satisfying to jump off that first platform going into a mission. With that being said, the mouse delay that exists while directing your javelin can be a bit frustrating, but as a side note, while writing this review, I was informed that the flight delay sensitivity is actually adjustable in the settings all the way up from 50%. Don't even get me started on swimming though. You don't spend much time at all underwater, at least from the missions that we've seen, but when you do, it is a nightmare controlling your javelin. It feels like you're playing on a 500 ping server with how delayed your character moves, and it's nearly pitch black with your AA battery flashlight equipped. The overheating system generally feels fine, even if slightly too punishing at times. I think it forces you to really stay in the heat of battle, which is why I understand why it's in place. Customization is one of the things I was looking most forward to when I heard about this game. When I saw that Twitter clip of the devs showing off all the possibilities of fabrics and colors, I was instantly pulled in. I know the demo won't show off all there is to see, but even even with what the community was limited to, I still saw a decent number of creations on Reddit and other social media sites. It's truly incredible the levels of personalization that they've already brought to the game. Of course, I'm looking forward to them bringing more in, but I'm pretty happy with what I've seen in that department so far. Really quickly, I wanted to touch on the hub or social center that's been promised. It's actually one of the things I really thought the demo lacked, so I'm glad they made it a point to let us know yes, there is a social center coming, they just wanted to save it for the full game. I hope a lot more developers see the importance in these types of hubs, as it really draws incentive to both play with friends and customize your character. Being able to see your javelin creation in third person, like around your friends, sounds incredible, so I can't wait to see how they implement it. That is what the current fort lacks, as well as the painfully slow walking that they also said would be done away with in the full game with an option to run coming. Someone even suggested on Reddit that they should just initially spawn you right in front of your suit so you can hop on a mission right away. As I do see the appeal of this, it also would take away from the feeling of walking through those giant double doors and walking up to your suit with it slowly turning around. Now, just for a few miscellaneous things I noticed while playing that didn't quite fit into the specific categories, I was very impressed with the Reconnect system implemented for either crashes or force quits. During the demo, I had to close out several times due to the loading screen glitch, but upon relaunch, it was quite easy to get back into the mission I was in, so props to you for that, BioWare. Next, a small gripe. Where's text chat? Not everyone's going to have a mic, so I find it kind of weird that they didn't just initially include it. This slightly compares to a long post I read that claimed the developers cared more about console players, but that whole discussion is for another video. I just hope some form of text communication is implemented for release if I'm playing with randoms at any time. And really quickly as an ending topic, microtransactions. It's already been promised that we would be receiving cosmetic only microtransactions. As much as I dislike them for paid games, I will do my best to see the bright side here. The issue I had with Black Ops 4 was that I paid an extra $40 along with the base game and still didn't get all the seasonal content like gun skins, specialist skins, and more. With this screenshot of cosmetic items to come, I have hope. It appears that all items will be purchasable with the obtainable coins in game or shards that you can buy separately. This gives you an option to grind for items or just buy specific ones that you like. It's definitely too early to determine just how well the system will be carried out, but I'll stay optimistic about BioWare and EA's relationship despite past experiences. All in all, I thoroughly enjoyed what the game has to offer so far. Sure, it has a few problems here and there, but nothing too major so far from what I see. As we get closer to launch and post-launch, I'll definitely be covering this game, so if you're interested at all in videos like this and many others, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I upload all sorts of videos and I'm really excited to get back in the swing of things. If you've been a long time watcher of the channel, you may have noticed that the streams have been missing. That's because I've moved them over to Twitch, so if you want a daily dose of bus, you can follow me at twitch.tv/JackTheBus or the first link in the description. I play a decent variety of games and will definitely be adding Anthem to the schedule on release. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts on Anthem so far, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.